Now that we are selling stakes, and I want to tell you for sure, Safaricom PLC, the government is now selling 15%. You can be sure before elections, they will have sold the other stake, some of it. And I cannot actually tell you, some of it they'll actually sell to NSSF. Because you don't need to have been inside government for you to learn how the government is thinking. The government is lazy to grow the economy. Because when you grow the economy, it is when you get revenues to support the growth of infrastructure. And since there is no growth in the economy, so we are now looking for shortcuts. And I can tell you for sure, this is just the beginning. They'll divest even from the other stake. Because no one wants to bother. Hakuna mtu anataka kuchoka kufikiria, akifanya maamuzi. Unaona Safaricom iko pesa uza. You now hear about selling a stake in KCB, where the government has around 19%. Very soon you'll also hear the same in the energy sector. And that's not even the problem. The problem is that we are selling these assets for a song. And I want to repeat because I am finishing. There is no way the government can purport to sell Safaricom at a valuation of less than 2.5 trillion. There is no way, other than if there is self-interest or incompetence on the side of government. And I have enumerated again, the best way was for the government, first of all, to foster divestiture within Safaricom, create 3 entities, value them separately, and then sell them separately if you have to sell. Very last, we are now on a drive. We are being taken on a rough drive of political messaging. These great terms you are hearing, infrastructure fund and big money being mentioned. It is to make Kenyans not ask the basic questions. Before we are told about trillions and the rest, can the government first of all do the basics? We are now in December. The government, unless they recede, they have already purported to want to increase school fees for day scholars from January. So on one side, we are thinking about trillions. On the other side, you are abdicating from supporting free basic education. Our JSS brothers and sisters, they require very little money to be confirmed into permanent and pensionable terms. They already had a contract for 1 year to intern in the JSS institutions. But instead of addressing such a small issue, now we are doing political messaging by mentioning billions in infrastructure fund so that Kenyans don't ask us real questions about real issues. It's like when you can go to your home today, Stephen Leto, and you call a baraza of your home, or Mwaneki, or Business Daily. You call a baraza at your home, and you tell your kin or your family members that you want to go to the moon, and you are going together with them. So they actually forget to ask you about food for that day, because you've already sold a grandiose idea. Unfortunately, within a day or two, they start telling you, okay, we are still going, but where is food? So the basics for this country, one of the basics is basic education. Before we talk about all those other things, the government must give assurance through writing that day scholars in Kenya from January will get an opportunity to go to school without the handicap of finances, as it has been before. As I close, let me take you the last sentence on something else, because this grandiose communication of politics can make Kenyans get lost. Now, we are building highways to toll without any alternative. It has never happened in Kenya since independence. Because even where there is a toll road, there are alternatives. It is the first time in Kenya we are doing an experiment to have Kenyans pay for using a road and deny them an opportunity for an alternative. That's one. It is also the first time in Kenya We are doing off-the-book borrowing through Talanta Board and the rest. It is also the first time we are securitizing revenues to be collected by the country for the next many years. But we are sold a grandiose idea. This is the fact. Kenya has always built stadiums. We have Nyayo Stadium, we have Kasarani. We never took an illegal board, but Kenya built when the economy was quite small. Kenya has always had tarmac roads. Even where we are building the toll road from Nairobi to Nakuru, there is a road. Not that there is no road, there is. And it was built by Kenyans through taxes. And the government never had to take an illegal loan called securitization. You can live here in Nairobi, go to Isiolo, go to Marsabit, and go to Moyale border. There is a tarmac road there, smooth one, a highway. You don't pay to use. It was built by Kenyans, by the previous governments. You can live here, go to Hispania border all the way to Kuria in Migori. All the way it is tarmac. We never took an illegal loan. We never took a securitization. And when Kenya was a smaller economy, we still managed. You can live here and go all the way to Kitengela and go all the way to our border with Tanzania on the other side. Again, there is a tarmac road there. No grandiose communication from government. Government humbly built without making Kenyans to pay. You can live here, go to Mombasa. There is already a tarmac road. So what I'm saying, you know, the way the government is defending itself. Oh, we are doing these things to build roads. Okay, fine. All the other governments build roads, but they never took reckless loans and illegal loans. That's what we are saying. It's not the first time Kenya is building stadiums. We have always built stadiums or stadias. So that is my concern. And I request Kenyans of goodwill, including LSK, ISPAC, the civil society, and all leaders, including the media. The things we are talking about are apolitical from where I start. It doesn't matter who becomes what. But if you securitize future revenue, we are choking Kenya today and in the future. Please let us take this as our burden. Because we may champion for the freedoms of Kenyans, the way we do, like LSK does. But in a collapsed economy, there'll be nothing to talk about. So I challenge all of us, let us please do our bit, because the consequences of these things and experiments will be very dire for our economy. Thank you very much.